Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sunnydale Review. I'm Brian.
I'm Jillian.
Jillian, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. If people can't tell, this is a new recording session. I changed my clothes. I assume you did as well. You haven't just been sitting there for 7 weeks waiting to come back online.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, so I'm excited. We have some great episodes to cover in this episode. Which episodes are we covering?
So in today's episode, we are going to be covering season 3, episodes 8 and 9, Lover's Walk and The Wish. And
Right.
I feel like I need to apologize ahead of time.
Okay.
So I am getting over the flu.
Oh,
So
geez.
if I sneeze or cough or have to clear my throat or I'm sniffling, I apologize ahead of time. This is the first time ever in my life that I've gotten the flu, and it's
First
taken
time
me-
ever?
Yes.
Oh my god, I've gotten the flu so many times.
Ugh.
Mostly because I don't get the flu shot. Because one time I got the flu shot and I got the flu, and I was like, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. I'm just always gonna be that guy who gets the flu.
Apparently there are like tons of different strains of the flu, and the flu shot only covers like specific ones.
Ah, okay.
So this year I didn't get a flu shot. I never get a flu shot. It's bad. I
I'm
know
glad
that
to see I'm not the only one.
No. But for some reason whenever I get the flu shot, I always get sick after getting the shot.
Right.
So it's at this point I'm like, I would rather not feel horrible and then still get sick anyway.
Just risk it. See
Yeah,
what happens.
they literally had like a flu shot clinic at my work, and this has been an epidemic over the last 3 weeks with like more than half the company out sick,
Oh my god.
including people who got the flu shot. So it's been ridiculous.
Yeah. So they're just selling us lies. Don't want to be conspiracy theory.
So all that to say, if I sniffle or cough or clear my throat or sneeze, I apologize ahead of time.
Okay. I think they'll forgive you. Personally.
Hope so.
All right, so Lover's Walk. This episode
Oh
is one of those episodes of Buffy that just doesn't make me feel good.
no,
You know.
no.
So let's get into it.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
can all feel bad together.
Oh, it's okay. I'm like, okay, I can make it through this one because then we have the Wish coming up,
Which is a fun one. A lot more
Yes,
fun.
I love the Wish.
Yeah.
So let's just get there quickly. Okay, so Lover's Walk, season 3, episode 8, originally aired November 24th, 1998, written by Dan Weber and directed by David Smell.
All right.
So let's see. The episode starts with the Scoobies discussing the results of their SAT scores. Cordelia did well, but she says that she has some experience covering her intellectual accomplishments up.
Yeah, she can't be bothered to show people how smart she actually is, you know?
Yeah.
So this is
like
very off-brand.
Yeah, it's like her secret superpower. It's like everybody thinks she's like this kind of ditzy popular girl, but she's like, I have some experience covering up these accomplishments of mine.
Right.
So Buffy also did very well and starts contemplating the idea that she now has options for her future.
Yeah, with the reveal of multiple Slayers, I mean, the world is a lot more open than it seemed like a few years ago.
Yeah. And I just think it's really cute how like Giles is super proud of her and Joyce is super proud of her, and it's just like her mother and her like father figure,
Right.
both very proud of her, and I think it's really sweet.
Yeah, and I mean, it makes sense, right? I mean, Joyce hasn't had a lot to celebrate academically for Buffy just because of all the responsibility that the Slayer demands. But, this is a good moment.
Yes. So my next point in my notes I'm very happy about. Spike returns.
Yes. Yes.
He is drunken and crashes into the Sunnydale sign, which is a really funny callback to his first appearance in season 2.
I love it. Oh my god, this show's so good.
And it's like the car coming in screeching. I think the first time in like season 2 when he came in, he stopped. This time he doesn't stop. He just runs into the Sunnydale sign and he like falls out of the car and he's like, "Home sweet home."
Yeah, so obviously immediately we're shown Spike's not in a good place.
No, no, he is very, very drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Which, PSA, don't drink and drive.
No. Even if you're an immortal vampire and you're listening,
Yeah.
just don't do it. Not worth it.
No, no. So let's see. Willow, Oz, Xander, and Cordelia are planning a double date. Oz gives Willow a witch Pez dispenser. It's
Very cute.
adorable.
Yes.
It's so cute. And Cordelia has pictures of herself and Xander up inside her locker. Clearly, both relationships are going strong, which adds to the tension of the growing magnetic pull between Willow and Xander.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little dramatic irony for us, knowing, like, oof, seems so good, but underneath it all.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll get to it in this episode.
Yeah, we get there. It's a rough road, but we get there. So let's see. Buffy tells Giles about her SAT success. He's very proud of her. Giles says, "You should take these. Your mother will probably want to put them on the refrigerator." And Buffy says, "Yeah, Mom saw these scores and her head spun around and exploded." Giles kind of pauses and goes, "I've been on the Hellmouth too long. That was metaphorical, yes?" And Buffy's like, "Oh, yes. She was very happy." But I'm just like, it's like that's something that literally could have happened. Yeah. So when you live in a town where a girl literally went invisible by feeling like no one noticed her.
Yeah.
The possibility of Joyce's head literally spinning around and exploding due to happiness is not that far out of the ballpark.
Yeah, no, I mean, got people turning into their Halloween costumes. Like, is it that much stranger? No, probably not.
So, yeah. Let's see. Buffy says that her mom was very happy about the scores and that she could go basically anywhere she wanted for college. Mm-hmm. Giles agrees, shocking Buffy. Says that he's not suggesting she ignore her calling, but she needs to look to her future. Mm-hmm. And since Faith is there, Buffy could leave and get a great education, at least for, a time.
Yeah. I think it's like interesting to probably showing that the life expectancy of Slayers is not very long. No. These are kind of like uncharted waters.
Yeah.
Well,
there being 2 Slayers and even being the option of
them,
that's uncharted territory. And then as we saw, like a lot of Slayers, depending on their culture, are literally taken out of school. They don't go to school. So the possibility of them even being able to go to college is like unthinkable.
Right. And it's a pretty, like classic superhero dilemma. Yeah. Like, well, how am I supposed to juggle school and career and my superpower duties,
I mean, the council doesn't pay.
No, it's messed up.
Yeah. Let's see. Giles is planning on going away camping for a few days and tells Buffy not to do anything rash. He asks if she's going to see Angel, and she admits that she is, but they are just friends, and she won't do anything rash.
Sure.
And it's like, it's clear that Giles is still bothered by the idea of Buffy and Angel hanging out due to, like, everything that happened last time where, they went horizontal, he lost his soul, and...
Right, yes.
And I mean, he's still dealing with like PTSD from Angel because I think he understands that Angel and Angela are the same person, but at the same time, it's like if your family was murdered and then that person went away, but you ended up dating their twin.
Right.
It's hard for him to look at Angel and not see Angelus and all the things that Angelus did with killing Jenny and torturing him and all that.
Yeah, no. Definitely a weird situation, to be sure.
Yeah. So let's see. Willow realizes that the double date is a bad idea because spending time together puts them both in a path of temptation from that like magnetic pull that's happening between Willow and Xander. So she's like, I think she tries to call it off, and Xander's like, no. Like, this is gonna be fun. No.
Yeah. I'm not gonna start making out right in front of them. God.
Oh my god. I think so I didn't watch this episode like recently, but I think that like she's trying to explain to Xander like, look at the Pez dispenser.
Yeah.
Like I want to be with Oz, and we
Mm.
need to stop doing this. And
Mm.
Xander's like, okay, can I kiss your earlobe? And she's like, yes. Wait, no.
No. Oh man.
So clearly, them spending any time together alone is not a good idea.
Yeah. No, that's safe to say.
Let's just see. So, we catch up with Spike. He is drunkenly stalking Angel.
Mm.
Clearly, Drusilla left him.
Mm.
He goes to the Magic Box, which is a local magic supply store, and overhears Willow shopping for ingredients for an anti-love spell.
Yeah. What if the magic box will ever come up again? We'll have to see.
Oh. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll have to see. Yeah, so Willow's there, clearly growing into her witch powers and experimenting with more stuff.
Yes. Let's see. Buffy goes to talk to Angel about the choice she's trying to make about her future. She asks him what she should do, and he says that as a friend, he thinks that she should get out of Sunnydale. She's clearly hurt that he doesn't want her to stay, and leaves. But it's like, I mean, I think that they're both so tempted at this point to jump back into something.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. Listen, I almost ended the world.
Yeah.
Last time, so maybe we shouldn't hang out.
Well, I mean, and Xander caught them kissing in the last episode.
Yeah.
So clearly there's still that attraction.
Mm-hmm.
And they can try to fight it for as long as they want, but it's
yeah.
it's kind of, it's a little bit inevitable if they keep going the way they are.
Yeah.
So let's see. So that night, Willow tells Xander to meet early at the science lab for their double date. He figures out that she's trying to do a spell on them both, and she explains that it's a delusting spell. He reminds her that he doesn't have a great track record with love spells, which is a callback to Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered.
That's true. He does not. If anything, this is going to make them more lustful.
Yeah. So, as I do every episode, I need to shout out Passion of the Nerd. I know he doesn't need anybody, like, he doesn't need us to be sending people over to his channel, but, when ideas aren't necessarily my own, I like to give credit.
Yeah, of course.
So, Passion of the Nerd points out here that Xander hasn't really been doing anything or expressing any desire to fight his lusty desires towards Willow. Willow also seems a little too willing to turn to magic to fix her problems rather than just working harder, and was also going to do the spell without Xander's consent.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean.
It just wasn't a good idea all around.
Right. Definitely not.
But I do think it's like, Willow's been trying to fight it. Willow knows that it's wrong. They do have this magnetic attraction toward each other, but, like, I don't know. I don't feel like it should be all on Willow to, like, stop it.
Right.
And it's like, Xander, what is wrong with you that you're not doing anything?
Yeah, Xander's out there keeping his options open, I guess.
Yeah.
Not good.
Great.
But
not great.
Pretty high school boy-y. Honestly.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Having never lived in the male psyche of a teenage boy.
Oof. Yeah, you should have seen the terror that some guys caused in high school.
I
guess you've seen it. Yeah. But being within the conversations of being like, oh, that's pretty messed up. I don't know if I want to hear this.
So I guess small PSA, don't cheat on your significant other.
I think we can co-sign that. That's the official stance of the podcast.
The official stance of the Sunnydale Review: do not cheat on your significant other.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay, glad we got that out of the way.
Right.
I know it's a hard pill to swallow for some people.
Definitely.
So let's see. Spike breaks into the science lab and kidnaps both Willow and Xander. taking them back to the basement of the factory. Spike wants Willow to do a love spell to make Drusilla love him again, and threatens to kill her if she doesn't do it, then unloads his story about Drusilla leaving him for a chaos demon.
Unbelievable.
So, like, Spike just needs somebody to give him a hug.
Yeah. I love the idea, too, that she just leaves him for some hideous demon.
Oh, yeah.
Insult to injury.
Let's see. So Spike is upset that Drusilla didn't have the decency to kill him, and says that says that his truce with Buffy from the end of last season is what made Drusilla leave him.
Ah. Weird, right?
It's like, you plotted against us, and why would I still like you?
Like, well, I plotted against Angel, mostly. And against the end of the world. So, it's complicated.
But Drusilla loves chaos.
True.
So I could see her wanting that. Let's see. Willow makes a deal with Spike that she'll do the spell to get him Drusilla back, but he's not allowed to kill her or have her in any way.
Yeah.
So Spike agrees, but says that if it doesn't work, he'll kill Xander and make her try the spell again. Which it's really funny the way that he puts it, because it's like, he's like, if it doesn't work, I'll kill him, and you'll try again.
Yeah, it's good motivation.
Yeah,
to make it work.
So let's see. Willow says she needs more ingredients and a spell book, which she left at Buffy's house.
Conveniently enough.
So. Yeah. Let's see. Spike goes to Buffy's house and waits with Joyce for Buffy to get home. He is still invited in since the end of last season, so Joyce makes him a cup of tea, and he unloads his story about Drew leaving him to Joyce.
Which I love this scene. I think just having this like little dynamic of Joyce just really liking Spike, and Spike confiding Joyce is just so fun.
Well, I mean, Joyce doesn't know that he's a bad guy.
Right, yeah. As far as she knows, he's a nice guy.
I mean, she knows he's a vampire. But, like, she knows, you and Buffy were working together. And it's not like... Spike is very distinct. It's not like she would confuse him for somebody else. It's like, peroxide hair, leather coat, Spike, how you doing?
Yeah. It's just so good. I love that scene.
I love Spike and Joyce together. They're always so funny. Because, so, he's unloading his story about how Drew left him, and Angel is outside and sees Spike, so he tries to, like, get inside to protect Joyce from Spike. But he hasn't been reinvited in yet.
Yeah.
Since they uninvited him last season when he was Angelus.
Yeah.
So, you got Angel, like, stuck in the doorway trying to get in to protect Joyce. You got Joyce, who's like, what the hell's going on? Then you got Spike behind her, like,
oh, man.
But I think in a way, like, Spike likes Joyce. Like, I don't think that he would... I mean, he might threaten to hurt her to get something out of Buffy, but I don't think he would ever actually hurt Joyce.
Yeah, no, she's a nice lady.
Yeah.
She listens to his stories about heartbreak.
I think this is I think the conversation between Spike and Joyce is the one where he like describes a chaos demon, and it's just like a guy with antlers with like dripping slime. Man. It's so funny.
Disgusting.
So let's see. Buffy shows up and gets Spike away from her mom, then invites Angel back in, so now Angel can come into the house again.
So it has to be just very confusing for Joyce.
I mean, well, yeah, the whole, like...
Angel.
Isn't this your ex-boyfriend who you told me, like, became a stalker and was a bad guy and blah, blah, blah? Weren't you guys, like, plotting to kill him?
Yeah.
Like, 4 months ago?
It's just a lot.
Yeah. So let's see. Spike tells Angel and Buffy that he has Willow and Xander, but won't tell them, like, where he has them. Unless they agree to help him. They head to the magic shop to get the ingredients that Willow needs for the spell, and Spike unloads his story on them as well. They tell Spike that the two of them are just friends now. He doesn't believe it.
Right. I mean, Can't blame him. He also has a really
No.
fun speech in this part.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah. Soon.
I don't know if I have it all in my notes. The actual speech.
That's all right.
Yeah.
It's good. It's basically just saying, like, Buffy and Angel being friends isn't going to work out because there's too much there between them. So
let's see. Yeah, it's true. Let's see. At the magic box, Buffy, Spike, and Angel get everything they need for the love spell, but get attacked by some of Spike's ex-minions.
Yes.
They fight, and Spike rediscovers his confidence through the use of violence.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the first time we'll see him doing this. He decides to give up on the spell and instead decides to track down Drusilla, kidnap her, and torture her until she likes him again.
So that's how they do it. They have a weird relationship, but you know what? It works for them.
Yeah. I mean, as long as they're not hurting they are hurting other people. They're vampires.
They're going to hurt a lot of people.
Yeah. So let's see. He admits that Willow and Xander are trapped in the basement of the factory.
Just like casually.
Yep.
They're there.
Well, because it's a callback to earlier in the episode where Buffy's like, he probably just has them locked in the basement of the factory. Mm. And he's like, you think I'd be that stupid?
Yeah.
And then later he's like, yeah, they're locked in the factory.
So good.
So let's see. Out driving to their double date, Oz picks up on Willow's scent because he's got the werewolf thing. Mm-hmm. And he and Cordelia decide to follow it. Back in the basement of the factory, Xander is badly hurt. He and Willow realize that Spike is probably going to kill them. So they give in to that magnetic force that's been pulling them together the last couple of episodes. They start kissing passionately just as Cordelia and Oz arrive to save them. Not great timing, guys. No. If you had arrived just a couple seconds sooner, it would have been better.
Yeah.
So after seeing Willow and Xander kissing, Cordelia is upset and tries to run away, but the stairs are damaged from the fire that took down the factory.
Yep.
And the stairs collapse. So she gets impaled through the stomach with a piece of rebar.
Yeah. Pretty gnarly.
Yeah. Apparently this is actually duplicating a injury that Charisma Carpenter, the actress, had as a child.
Which is horrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. There's a great fake out where Cordelia passes out, probably from shock, and then the scene switches the next day to looking at a funeral in a graveyard. So for like a second, you're supposed to think that she died. And then you see Willow and Buffy walking in the background. Willow lets us know that Cordelia is going to be okay. She's in the hospital, and that Cordelia and Xander haven't really talked yet.
Yeah.
Willow also expresses extreme regret over her betrayal of Oz and says that she just wants him to talk to her again. So it's like, girl, I'm sorry, but you kind of brought this on yourself.
It's gonna need some time.
I understand that, like, you were in a situation, you thought you were gonna die, and whatever, but you still got to deal with the consequences of your actions.
Yeah. Oh man. So I guess let's get down to it. Would you say people should watch this, and what is your rating?
It's not over yet.
Oh God, I forgot. There's more.
It's okay.
I'm so into just being like, all right, it's over. Let's get past this episode.
I know. I literally have like 3 bullet points left, so I'll just run through them super quick. Yeah. Xander visits Cordelia in the hospital. She tells Xander to get away from her. Buffy goes to visit Angel. She tells him that they're not friends and they never were, and that what she wants they can never have together. He asks if there's any way that they can still see each other. She says that he needs to tell her that he doesn't love her. He can't do it, so she leaves. Nice little callback to I Only Have Eyes for You when they were possessed by the spirits of the teacher and the student. Where Buffy being it was Buffy being possessed by the student yells at Angel being possessed by the teacher, tell me you don't love me. So it's a nice little callback to that. But Angel does love her, and he can't tell her that he doesn't, so she walks away.
Right.
And the episode ends with everyone miserable and alone, except for Spike, who's in the car heading back out of town, rocking out to My Way.
Oh, man. As it should be. Spike's the only one happy.
Oh.
Okay,
I
so
love
now.
Spike.
Watch, pass, and what is your rating?
I almost feel like you have to watch it in order to understand, like, the next couple of episodes. Because if you don't watch it, then you don't understand why Willow and Oz are broken up, Xander and Cordelia are broken up, what's going on with Angel and Buffy. Like, I feel like there's a lot that you need to know. So yeah, I have to give it a watch. And so when I was taking my notes, I gave it 8 steaks. I feel like I need to lower that, because I both love and hate this episode. I love it because of Spike. Purely because of Spike. And Oz has some really great lines. And I love the Pez dispenser.
Right.
The rest of it is heartbreaking.
Right.
I gotta go with like 7.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's hard because you have to like balance how good is it versus how it makes you feel. Because it makes me feel really bad. Like it would be a 2, but it's a good episode, so I gave it a 6 to try to give it a nice balance between my personal feelings of the actions of the characters I like versus the overall quality of the story. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you gave it a 7, I gave it a 6, and tough one.
I feel like I wouldn't hate this episode so much if I didn't love these characters so much.
No, exactly. It's just like characters you've grown fond of doing shitty things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where my frustration comes with when there are episodes where like a lot of the plot is because the characters aren't communicating with each other, and I'm just like, guys, just talk to each other. Like, it's not
right.
Yeah. But it's just because I love and care so deeply for these characters, and I hate to see them doing the wrong thing or not talking to each other, and it causes conflict, and it's just like, can't we all just be happy?
Right. Well, speaking of being happy, let's review a more fun episode that makes us feel a little happier.
Oh God. So this is season 3, episode 9, The Wish. I love this episode.
Very good.
Originally aired December 8th, 1998, written by Marty Noxon and directed by David Greenwald. So you got all stars behind this episode.
Right.
So you want to jump right into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So episode opens with Buffy, Willow, and Xander out having lunch in a park when they get attacked by a demon. Buffy gets an assist from her friends in slaying the demon, and after the fight points out that she would have been in big trouble without her friends.
Right.
Cordelia returns to school and is introduced to Anya, a new member of her Mean Girl clique. The girls don't let her rejoin the clique, instead introducing her to Jonathan, as they jokingly say that he's her type and he probably won't cheat on her.
Oof. They probably wouldn't, I guess, but that's beside the point.
Yeah. So let's see. Cordelia is visibly upset by the suggestion, but it's just like, it's a low blow.
Yeah.
But it's like she's being bullied by her old clique in the way that she would have bullied when she was with them back in like season 1.
Right. It's not great.
So let's see. So Willow tracks down Oz in the hallway, apologizing again and asking him what she can do to make it up to him. Oz tells her that he needs space, and she continues to push. And he has just like the perfect response. This is where like Marty Noxon, when she writes Oz, he just has some of the best lines. And he says to her, look, I'm sorry this is hard for you, but I told you what I need.
Mm.
So I can't help feeling like the reason you want to talk is so that you can feel better about yourself. And that's not my problem.
Right. I mean, it's pretty true.
Yeah.
I think that happens in real life, when people
Yeah.
wrong each other too.
But it's like, I feel like he puts it in like a respectful way and a very like analytical way.
Mm.
And he doesn't fall into like the trap of, let's just talk it out so I can convince you to get back with me.
Mm.
So, yeah. I just love Oz.
Yeah, he's great.
So let's see. The new girl, Anya, starts talking to Cordelia. She wants to know if Cordelia wishes any harm on Xander. Cordelia responds with, I don't wish, I act, and plans to show Xander just how over him she is.
Mm.
So that night at the Bronze, she's flirty with other men, but also keeps an eye on Xander to make sure that he sees it.
Right.
Buffy follows Cordelia out of the Bronze to try to have a heart-to-heart with her, but the two get attacked by a vampire. Buffy slays the vampire, but Cordelia gets knocked into the trash in the process, just in time for her old clique to walk by and see her. So she takes her anger out on Buffy, saying that she is the reason to blame for her falling for Xander and getting impaled and everything.
Yeah. It's all Buffy's fault.
Which leads to the next day in school, Cordelia is expressing to Anya that Buffy is to blame for all of her trouble. Anya gives Cordelia her good luck charm necklace.
Mm.
Anya tries to get Cordelia to turn her anger towards Xander, but Cordelia is convinced it's Buffy's fault for making Xander cooler.
Right.
So she wishes Buffy had never come to Sunnydale. Anya turns around with like a very different looking face.
Yes.
And says, done.
So yeah, Anya is a demon.
Yep.
Who knew?
So let's see. The next day, Cordelia wakes up and goes to school, but everything looks very different.
Mm.
Everyone is dressed like they're going to a funeral and tell Cordelia she's very brave for wearing bright colors.
Mm.
She asks her friends if they're going to the Bronze that night, and they're confused why she would even ask.
Mm.
Cordelia asks about Willow and Xander, and Harmony tells her that both Willow and Xander are dead.
Yeah. I don't think that's what she wanted.
No. So she's very confused about what's going on.
Mm.
She ends up walking home as her car has been towed because students aren't allowed to drive. On her way home, she runs into Vampire Xander and Willow.
Yes.
They chase Cordelia, but she is rescued by Giles and a van of rebels, including Oz and
Yes.
Larry.
Yes. The Larry redemption arc.
Let's see. I just think it's funny that like Oz still has his van.
It's awesome.
I think it's Oz's van.
Yeah, it's Oz's van.
So let's see. We see that the Master is still alive, and the Bronze has turned into a vampire club with humans in cages.
Mm-hmm.
Willow and Xander report into the Master that Cordelia has asked them about where Buffy is. The Master sends them to track down Cordelia and kill her before she contacts the Slayer.
Right. So, yeah. It's not that Buffy doesn't exist. Like, it's not a... oh, gosh. What's the name of that Christmas movie where he wishes he was never born? Miracle on 30-something Street?
Miracle on 34th Street?
Yes, I think so.
Is that the one where the guy...
I thought it was. Regardless. It's a thing.
Is that It's a Wonderful Life?
It's a Wonderful Life. Yes. Thank you. Oh, man. Can't believe I forgot. Yes, It's a Wonderful Life, where he wishes he was never born. Buffy still exists. She just didn't get assigned to Sunnydale.
Yeah. Which, I have a slight question on that, which is like, so if Buffy was never going to go to Sunnydale, if she ended up somewhere else, wherever else...
Cleveland, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which has its own hellmouth.
Yeah. Why is Giles in Sunnydale, though?
I don't know.
Wasn't he sent to Sunnydale to be her watcher?
I guess that's the idea, but maybe last second change of plans.
I don't know.
Buffy got someone else's watcher.
Yeah. Cordelia wakes up and tells Giles that he has to get Buffy.
Mm.
She loosely explains to him the world is different and that it was better before when Buffy was in Sunnydale.
Yes.
She asks him why he's even in Sunnydale since he was Buffy's watcher and she's not here. But he just asks how she knew he was a watcher since he's never told anybody about that.
Right.
Before she can answer, Willow and Xander get to the library where they lock Giles in the book cage and force him to watch as they bite and kill Cordelia.
Yeah, so this super surprising. Not how these types of stories usually, play out. You would expect Cordelia to be around for this entire episode, considering she set the events in motion, but no, she straight up dies. Not even turned into a vampire dies, just is dead.
Yeah. And the way that, so kind of Xander bites her from one side of her neck and Willow bites her from the other, and, Xander, wraps his hand around Willow's head almost like they're, kissing through Cordelia's neck. It's great.
Yeah, pretty gruesome.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention in my notes earlier was, so when Cordelia runs into Willow and Xander for the first time, she sees Xander and she's like, oh my God, you're a vampire. And then Willow comes out and it's clear that Willow and Xander are together.
Yeah.
And Cordelia's like, I wish us into Bizarro Land and you two are still together.
Terrible.
Yeah. So let's see. As Larry and Oz remove Cordelia's body, Giles takes the necklace off from around her neck. So he has the necklace that Anya gave to Cordelia before Cordelia made the wish.
Right.
Xander and Willow report back to the Master that Cordelia is dead. Willow asks if she can go play with the puppy, and it turns out to be Angel, who is kept in a jail cell. Willow likes to torture him with matches.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Ugh. I'm like, I want to know what would cause sweet Willow to become this person if she got turned into a vampire.
She lost her soul.
Yeah, but jeez.
Yeah.
I would want to know how long have they been vampires?
Yeah.
Also, it would have been funny if Jesse was with them too.
I know, that's what I thought when I was watching this too. Jesse totally should have been with them, because then it would make sense. Because it's they all got turned because Buffy wasn't there. They all got turned that same night, but maybe they couldn't get in touch with Jesse.
Yeah, I don't know.
He had something else going on.
So let's see. Giles calls Buffy's watcher. He says that he needs to see Buffy, but her watcher doesn't seem to be to keep a good tabs on her. So Giles tracks down the necklace as the sign of Anyanka, patron saint of scorned women. So he knows what the necklace is now. On his way home, Giles stops to save a bunch of humans who are being loaded into a truck. Apparently crosses work like force fields again in this reality.
Yes.
Giles succeeds in saving all the people, but almost gets captured by the vampires in the process. He gets saved by Buffy, who looks very different.
Yeah, she's all scarred up, grizzled.
Yeah.
Not
she wears
fun.
She wears dark makeup. She has scars. She has a very rough personality.
No quippiness at all.
No. She's just so what the hell am I doing here? Why'd you call me here? So let's see. Buffy seems uninterested and is focused on the way the world is, when Giles kind of tries to explain to her that he needs to destroy Anyanka's power center to reverse the wish and put the world back the way it was. Buffy decides to go try to take out the Master while she's in town.
Well, I might as well swing by.
She says it in the way it's an errand. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Since I'm here, I'll just go take them out.
Yeah. So clearly this Buffy doesn't have any friends and also is a lot more militant, I guess. Just I can't kill anything. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So.
She's wearing cargo pants and a white beater that's dirty. She just doesn't really care. She's much more killing machine. So let's see. Buffy goes to the bronze, but finds the whole place empty except for Angel, who is still locked in the cell. Angel recognizes her, says that he waited in Sunnydale for her to help her, but she never came.
Mm.
So it must have been like she was supposed to go to Sunnydale. You know,
The way I kind of figure,
point,
it's probably her old watcher died, and then
yeah.
instead of getting sent to Sunnydale, she got sent to Cleveland, and that was that.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. So it was end of season 2 where we saw the whole thing with Whistler, and we saw like the flashbacks.
Mm.
So when Whistler found Angel in New York and told him about Buffy, and then brought him to see Buffy when she was still in LA.
Yeah.
So that's why Angel, for whatever reason, assumed she was going to go to Sunnydale. Didn't follow her from LA to wherever she ended up.
Right.
Like he already knew she was going to be in Sunnydale, so he went to Sunnydale early and waited for her. But there must have been a change of plans, and she just never went to Sunnydale.
Right. Yeah.
So let's see. Buffy asks where the master is, and Angel says that he's at the factory and offers to take her there. Through the process of trying to release Angel, she figures out that he's a vampire. She turns to leave him, but Angel shows her the burns on his chest, convincing her that he wants the master dead. So, I mean, I think that'd be more Willow, but I guess the master's the one who's allowing him to be trapped in the cell and whatever. So,
and maybe he turned Willow, and he was like, "Yeah, she wouldn't even be like this if it weren't for him."
Yeah. So let's see. At the factory, the master has assembled a machine to suck all the blood out of humans, so it automates the process of killing people.
Very efficient.
Yeah. But I do wonder, like, is it just about the blood, or is it literally the act of killing? Like, what's the appeal to a vampire?
Yeah.
If this automates the process, and they can just essentially go over to a keg filled with blood.
It's just they've run through the town so thoroughly at this point. They're just so bored.
Yeah.
It's like, just get the blood. Who cares? Terrorizing people. It's old.
It's like I almost wonder if it would be like one of those like pandemic games where it's like, okay, we take over Sunnydale and then we'll expand.
Yeah.
Because they're eventually they're gonna run out of people. So, but I guess automating the process would be a good way of preventing vampires from turning any more humans into vampires.
Right. True.
They're literally not having any interaction with the people.
You know what? He's thinking 10 steps ahead. He's building an empire. He's gonna be the Jeff Bezos of the Sunnydale world.
Oh God!
I think there's a movie like that with Ethan Hawke where he played a vampire, where like vampires had completely taken over, and then it just became like normal society, but with vampires.
Oh goodness!
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It's actually pretty good.
So let's see. So, Giles summons Anyanka and figures out that her power center is her necklace. Apparently, the caption under the picture of the necklace did not read "Power Center."
Right.
And she's pissed off that he summoned her. Back at the factory, we see Buffy and Angel start to fight like the other vampires. Angel releases the humans from the cage, including Larry and Oz. A huge fight breaks out, and Oz ends up killing Willow. Buffy slays Xander, and the Master snaps Buffy's neck and kills her, just as Giles smashes Anya's power center, reversing the wish.
Yeah, and Angel gets dusted at one point, too. And he's like, Buffy.
Yeah, I think so.
And then she's like, okay,
yeah.
That was really dramatic. I don't really know you like that.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. I don't care.
But I did think it was funny that like Oz ended up killing Willow. Well, not funny, but like,
yeah,
ironic, considering all the mayhem going on.
Right, and considering their story in the other timeline.
Yeah. But yeah, so the last thing we see is Buffy's neck getting snapped and her like, basically falling.
Very dramatic, slow-mo.
Yeah, as Giles smashes the necklace. So we flash back to reality or regular time or
Yeah,
regular
the
dimension.
main timeline.
Yeah. Where no one but Anya remembers like the other world, and Anya is now mortal.
Yeah, she got trapped as a human, right in that second where she says "done," instead of
Yep.
turning into into her vengeance demon. She stays human.
She turns around, goes done, and Cordelia's like, that would be cool.
Yeah.
But then she starts making like a bunch of other wishes, like, oh, I wish that, I don't remember exactly what they are. It's like, but it's like, I wish all of Buffy's toenails would fall off,
Yeah.
or I wish she'd wake up in the morning with really bad hairs.
Oh man. So yeah, it's
Anya,
it's great.
yeah. So as far as Watch Your Pass, I mean, it's a little bit of a meta episode because it doesn't necessarily have like larger impacts on the story. It's pretty self-contained, besides the fact that Anya is now immortal. But I think it's just really fun to watch. It's very different. It shows what Sunnydale could have been like without Buffy.
Yep.
I just think it's a really cool episode, so I gave it 8 stakes.
Oh, I did. Yeah, 8 out of 10 for me as well. I love this episode. Anytime that shows like this can kind of play around with their own, mythos and their own like set, I guess, rules. I'm really into that, and Buffy does it extremely well. We'll see that even more in other episodes. And yeah, I love this episode. It's really good. I love the jerk Buffy,
Oh. Well, it's so cool just getting to see these characters that we know so well after seeing like we're almost halfway through season 3 at this point, and we've known these characters so well. And yes, they've evolved, but from like early season 1, but getting to see like this very different picture of who these people might be if they hadn't found each other.
Right.
I mean, Willow's psychotic. Xander is very tall, dark, and brooding, but also kind of scary. I mean, he was more serious. There was no there was very little like funny about him. But definitely Willow and Buffy are like the biggest differences from the characters that we know them as in the normal timeline.
Yeah, no, definitely. All right, so anything you'd like to promote before we get out of here on this episode?
So if you want to tweet me, you can tweet me. I don't use Twitter very often. I think I might, Brian, actually take you up on that idea about like live tweeting when I'm watching the episodes and taking notes.
That'd be good, I think.
We'll see if anybody
can you even
likes
use them as
that.
your notes.
Oh God, no! I think I'd go over that. What's the character limit now?
I think it's 280 now.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd probably go over, but yeah. So I don't know. You can hit me up on Twitter if you want.
Yes.
I'm also over on Twitch.tv, the Grassblock UK channel. I'm usually over there either actually playing or in the comments at least. So if you want to go over there, they're playing some fun games and I have fun watching. So
yeah, go check them out. As for me, you can follow me on Twitter at @theFakeBMar. That's BMARR. Of course, the channel's on Twitter at WGEverything, on Instagram at WickedGoodEverything, on Twitch at twitch.tv/WickedGoodEverything. And then you can find us also on Byte and TikTok. We haven't done anything, but we're thinking about doing short sketches, seeing if those are any good. And you just search Wicked Good Everything on both of those platforms. And yeah, please subscribe, share it with your friends, anyone who is a fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and we'll see you in the next episode. The Sunnydale Review is a Wicked Good Everything production. The fan art of Buffy was created by Fishbone Art. The logo was created by Tamar Kutab. The original intro and outro song was created by Alex Carl.